So guys, welcome back everyone to the third episode of Iron Man Armors Explanation series. So guys, as you guys know that we are explaining every Iron Man armors. So guys, today I am going to explain Iron Man Mark 3 and Mark 4 armor in this video. So guys, let's get started. And guys, if you guys have not subscribed our channel, please subscribe it now and let's start this amazing video. So guys, first guys, if I will talk about Iron Man Mark 3 armor, then guys, in Mark 2 there was freezing problem. That's why Tony Stark created Mark 3, in which he used the same design that he used in Mark 2 armor, but he added some more materials in this armor and improved this armor. First, if I talk about its creator and user, then Tony Stark created it and it was also used by Tony Stark only. And if I talk about suit up process, then its suit up process was similar to Mark 2. It was suit up by robotic arms. And if I talk about power core, then its power core was mainly Palladium arc reactor Mark 2. But when Obadiah Stane stole this arc reactor from Tony, for some times he used the Palladium arc reactor Mark 1 that he created in cave. But the main power core was Mark 2 Palladium arc reactor. And if I talk about composition, then guys, in Mark 2 armor, Tony Stark used steel and titanium. And because of that, this armor couldn't go to high altitude. But now this time in Mark 3, Tony Stark added also gold alloy, so that's why this armor had not freezing problem like Mark 2, and its speed was also very much increased. If I talk about capabilities, then it had much strength, much durability, and superhuman strength and durability. And its strength and durability was much better than the Mark 2 because of gold titanium alloy, and its flight speed was also very much nice. It had propulsion boosts on its leg part. That's why Tony Stark could achieve supersonic flight as he did in Iron Man 1. And if I talk about its features, then it had also heads-up display screen and artificial intelligence Jarvis that helps Tony to uses all weapons and show everything in his HUD screen. And if I talk about some more features, then it had also speakers, means a call receiving option, so that because of that, when guys, as you guys know that Rhodey called Tony when Tony destroyed a tank, then Tony easily received the call. So it happened because of the inbuilt phone receiver, that was because of speakers. That was a very improved feature that was completely missing in Mark 2. And when in Mark 2 he used no weapons, and in Mark 3 he used many weapons. And if I talk about Mark 3's weapons, then it had repulsor beam, unibeam, missiles, and also shoulder mounted miniguns, and also sliding shield that helped Tony to protect him. Well, it was not at all powerful, and he also had flares that he used against Ironmonger. And guys, if I talk about its weakness, then it had two problems. First, that it was battle ready armor, but it was not automatic armor. And second weakness was that when Tony Stark used to shoot down it, then the AI problem created problem. And if I talk about its history, then when Mark 2's freezing problem was there, so Tony Stark upgraded the armor and created a brand new armor Mark 3, and Tony Stark used it against Ironmonger in Iron Man 1. But guys, this armor was not at all powerful to beat Ironmonger armor, so that's why this armor was very much damaged in Iron Man 1, and it was not left as usable. So Tony Stark didn't use Mark 3 again after Iron Man 1 because it was very much damaged in Iron Man 1. But later he kept it in Hall of Armors, and in Iron Man 3, when Mandarin attacked on Tony Stark's house, Mark 3 self-destroyed. So this is the history of Iron Man Mark 3. So guys, now guys, we will talk about Iron Man Mark 4. So guys, Iron Man Mark 4, if I talk, then we saw it in Iron Man 2, and Tony Stark mainly created it because he wanted to replace Mark 3 armor, which was not at all good, means it was completely damaged in Ironmonger seal. So if I talk about its user, then Tony Stark also used it, and Natasha Romanoff also used it, but it was a deleted scene in Iron Man 2. And if I talk about its suit up process, then its suit up process was similar to Mark 3. It had robotic arms, but guys, the shoot down problem had solved. That was Mark 3 had shoot down problem. Tony solved this. And composition, Tony Stark again used the same material that he used in Mark 3, and also it used Palladium arc reactor Mark 3. And if I talk about its capabilities, then it had every capability that Mark 3 had, and no improvement was there in capability. And if I talk about features, then it had many unique features that was better compared to Mark 3. That it had self-contained life support system, environmental protection, and water filtering system. That was a bathroom capability, that was a shitting feature, but it was in this armor. And if I talk about weapons, then it had similar weapons like Mark 3, means flares, shield, repulsors, unibeam, guns, everything this armor had. But yeah, its weapons was defined in this armor, more detailed in this armor, that was little bit more powerful than the Mark 3 one. And if I talk about its history, then guys, Tony Stark wear it as a pair of luxury in Iron Man 2 when the arc reactor, the Palladium arc reactor, was poisoning him, and later he used it in birthday party when he fought with James Rhodes, who was in Mark 2 armor. And then he never used this armor again. And next in Iron Man 3, this armor was destroyed when Mandarin attacked on Tony Stark's house. And if I talk about weakness, then it had not at all weakness as we saw in the movies, because Mark 4 had very much small appearance. But yeah, one weakness was there, that its arc reactor was poisoning Tony Stark. And guys, this is the overall feature and overall detail about Mark 4 and Mark 3. So guys, I hope you guys have liked this video, and in next video we are going to explain Mark 5 armor, that was the weakest armor of Iron Man. So guys, I hope you have liked this video, and now guys, we will meet in the next video. Bye bye. Tada.